So it's funny. I avoided that game because it looked too scary for me. I'll fully admit that onto the internet. That's fine.
No, no, I was worried.
All right. I mean, that's kind of a great segue, though, that you're talking about like games that stuck with you in 2025.
Yeah, I mean, 2025. I like the amount of things I wanted to put in the thumbnails was abundant.
I
And to
can,
narrow
yeah,
it down to what I did, I was like, this is a tough call, but I'm still, yeah, it was like a win-win, whatever way I did.
yeah. I mean, so like I'm really happy with three of them, and then like the fact that Arc Raiders was able to slide in is very cool because I'm just like, yeah, I need to play more of that.
Wait, which other, not including Arc Raiders?
Actually, no, you're right. I like four of them. The only one
Yeah, I
that
was
I did,
like,
the only one I didn't know was Consume Me because you were like, wait, do you have an issue with tactics? Do we need to have this conversation?
well, it was like, is it because it's a certain artwork or a certain scene or certain characters? That's what I was like. What is it about the like? Yeah, it,
Oh,
it was more like personal preferences. I'm like, because I know certain characters and things of different games can evoke certain emotions for people. So
yeah, yeah.
I was like, did I strike an error?
No, no. It's more so like what you picked for your like top five because like I like Absalom, right?
Absolutely.
Absalom. Yeah, that one's one of those ones where it's like, God, I just wish I could have like duplicated myself and spent more time playing that game. Because like it's very, very good, but it's like there's too many games. So
There is too many games. I almost feel like I can make an equivalent. Like the video's coming out probably before this comes out, but
hmm
um, I want to do another video where it's just about everything I missed that is worth playing as just as much. Almost
yeah.
like a top 10 of the ones I didn't play.
Yeah. It's like the ones left behind. It's like we're just going to continue 2025. Like those games will
Yeah,
just follow us over. So yeah, but dude, thank you once again for joining me for a discussion on games. Like this is always super fun, and I'm very eager to see what you picked because we're today's subject matter, right? Is like
hmm
what games in 2026 we're looking forward to that we know of. Put that
right.
in the
We're
brackets that we know
we're in
of.
January of
Yeah,
2026, and there's already a slew of games to talk about, let alone what could come out. But
yeah.
I very much stuck to the assignment. I stuck to what we know,
Okay.
what is known information.
Well, okay, so let me ask this because I have some backups for me. Because I'm like, they've said 2026, but there isn't a fixed date for it. So are we still allowed to use those?
I think so. I think if you
Okay.
if as long as it's as long as the developers or publishers have stated this is a 2026 release to our knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to their knowledge that they've communicated, then yeah, I don't think it needs a firm Tuesday the 12th of this month to
Right.
say that that is. But I guess the follow-up question I have is early access allowed?
I like coming out to early access or things that are already in early access.
Things that are coming, like they are saying early access is launching this year.
I think that our criteria should be can we play it? And then we're excited to play it this year. That might kind of screw
Okay.
mine up then, because one of mine is already in early access, and it's been in
Oh,
early access for a while.
okay.
So
I
yeah,
I'm gonna say just for this assignment alone, it was a necessary rewiring because of. I mean, we were just talking about 2025. I'm still catching up with 2025, and
yeah.
I very much it's like for me, unlike prior years, I very much don't want them to sit in backlog. I'm
hmm
like very compelled to. I have to make time for some of these games.
Yeah.
Um, but the fact that it was like there was a positive aspect of that of like I need to not think about that and also think about what's coming and anticipate that
hmm
so I know how to like plan my year out appropriately.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I appreciate the assignment.
Well, because it was like, because I don't know, it's crazy. Because when I was like combing the archives, like I was going through like indie lists, I was going for like top lists, and I'm like, I mean, should we address the elephant in the room, like that GTA 6 is shipping this year? Like,
Is
should
it?
It's supposedly, right? But like I love that we're getting like all the GTA 6 meme is probably one of my favorite things where it's just like, we got this before GTA 6 and I'm like that's fantastic.
Yeah, I
Um
mean, like I know last year when Silk Song got announced and they were like, "Hey, we're coming," or even Hades 2 saying 1.0
mhm.
launch. Both of those made a lot of developers shift their release dates.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like both of those are small fries in terms of the behemoth that is GTA 6 is a cultural monument. Like
That's true.
it is it is beyond games. It is like
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
level of this is a generational thing. This is a just in terms of the scale of GTA as a entity.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
but the reason I say is it coming out, so it's already slid from I believe it was like a March date to what is now a November date. But
Yes.
there's been a lot of internal like behind the scenes reporting that they are like nonstop OT right now to try to
Oh my
hit that, and
god.
it's still unsure if they're hitting that
Oh
date, and it's
man.
November, so
Yeah.
like there's no more slide there. They want to hit like holidays, otherwise they're
Yeah.
pushing it out to,
Yeah.
and then to what? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like it's the biggest money making game like out there. I want I actually I need to check the numbers, but does it make more money than Fortnite? Like I
Oh, I don't know. I gotta check the numbers.
yeah,
But
cuz
so,
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, cuz you can buy actual money in the game. That's the thing. Like it's almost like a dollar, not a dollar for dollar. It's like a dollar for like $100,000 translation, but like you can buy things in the game with real money. So, like,
So GTA 5 of I looked up this article. It was released, published November 7th of last year.
okay,
The 10 best-selling games of all time.
okay,
So I think this is best-selling games, not including subsequent like purchases, like in-game purchases.
mm-hmm.
So this is just the units sold. But
Okay,
GTA
okay.
5 is the best sell is number three, for best selling games at 220 million.
Oh wow.
To put that in reference, games today will celebrate like
Yeah, a
monumentally
million sold.
celebrate 1 million,
Yeah.
and they're at 220 for one of their games. Let
Wow.
alone then what you're saying that they continue to spend money on the online side of it that
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
created.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, this is an entity. So I mean, again, they're saying November. Whether
Mm-hmm.
they hit it, that is a huge like unknown for me. But I don't even know what that'll do to other games because I feel like a lot of
Right.
people are staying away from November, December because of that.
Well, it's like so the game of the year last year came up out of nowhere, right? Like they didn't
Yeah,
release trailers, they didn't release anything. They were just like surprise Expedition 33, we're taking all your lunch money.
yeah.
And so like where that I think that came out what? Was that in January of last year or February of last year?
It was February, March.
Okay. Okay. So still Q1, but
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. It was no, sorry, it was April. It was
April.
mid to
Oh,
late April. Yeah,
so like
because I
Q2. Interesting.
remember early that year. Yeah, February and March. It was like a few RPGs, and like I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was the front runner before.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like a February release, I think. And
Okay.
then Expedition 33 was like right in the late spring, right before summer hit.
Yeah.
And that just went gangbusters.
God, I really want another surprise like that this year. Like
I, yeah.
yeah, like I'm hyped about these games. I'm pretty hyped about my list. And I would actually be well, no, you'll probably guess like two of them. But I think the other
Maybe.
three might be a little surprising for you. So,
So, okay, the last I had one more question.
sure, dude.
In terms of yes, in terms of how we're going to be going back, are we going back and forth? Or are you doing your list? I'm doing my list, or how are we doing this?
I say we go back and forth and we start at the
Okay.
bottom of our list. That way we save our favorite, the one at the top, as the last ones.
Okay. You answered my second question, which was, did you rank yours? Because I did not.
Oh, okay.
So
I
you
mean,
start off as I order mine, because I'm kind of pretty equal about all these, but I can go trademark Karosh and select one of them. I have an auto number one if I really want to make it a number one, but
yeah, yeah, okay.
I'm trying to avoid it.
Okay.
But what's the early access one? That's or sorry, what's your lowest rating? Yeah, I'm
Well,
already messing with your timeline.
actually, you know what? I'll put it there though. I will put it at number 5 just because it's one that like it's been in early access since 2024. It's No Rest for the Wicked.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, like so it's supposedly like I was combing the subreddit. They're like it's supposed to come out in 2026. They have the next update for like playing together, and they're like there's supposed to be at least 2 more updates before the final release, but supposedly 2026.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
the big one.
with how it's been updating and the schedule that they've been keeping, I
Hmm.
firmly believe that they're gonna hit like unless they're doing something expansive, I feel like they're gonna hit like a summer, maybe late summer release.
God,
I
I
could
really
totally
hope
see it
so.
being like
Yeah.
August at the latest.
Have you gotten to play it? Like, did you pick
Yeah.
it up? Okay, okay.
So I haven't played the multiplayer patch, which I'd love to do. But
Oh, we're
the
doing that. Yeah,
yeah, I'm like
yeah.
now that I know you're interested and you played a little bit. I played it right when it came out in early access because I was like foaming over the mouth
Yeah.
about this launching from the team that did Ori and the Blind Forest and those
Yes.
and
Oh,
that
and
the sequel.
it's
It's
so
so
beautiful.
beautiful
It's so
and like
pretty.
it feels like their version of like a Diablo kind of style game mixed with a little bit of like a Souls like with
Yeah.
how difficult
Yeah.
it is and intentional it is.
Yeah. 100,000%. I have to ask, what was your build? Like when
I
you were
mean
playing?
so whenever it's that early in access, I don't really do a deep dive. I just kind of
Okay.
jump in. I want to feel the game. That's about it. So
Okay.
I did the same with Hades. I did the same with Baldur's Gate 3. I just kind of jump in, feel the game a little bit to be like, okay, this is what it is now,
Hmm.
and then I'll come back to it later. I like because I really do want to get into the nitty gritty, but I didn't want to do it that soon, knowing how much more they were planning to do.
Oh Lord.
How
Okay.
did you do a lot? Did you do a lot already?
Let me check my notes. Yeah, I have 3 characters. So
Jesus. Okay.
I
Talk-
experimented with builds a lot. And like there's a like town building loop in this game that I caught the bug so hard on that I'm like I have now bought 3 houses in this damn town and I have decorated them knowing that the game is going to wipe when it goes to 1.0.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I've oh god, this it like it sits in my head because it has dailies, and it like the dailies don't take me very long, and so
Oh, I didn't know it had dailies.
it has dailies and weeklies, and I'm just like it is one of the primary ways to earn like decent money and resources in the game,
Okay.
and it's literally just like jump in, kill like 7 guys, and get out, and it's just I don't know, it scratches that itch of arc raiders for me where it, like I only have to be playing for 20 minutes and I'll feel like I've done something.
Right.
Yeah. So,
What I loved was when because they've been doing a lot of like very thoughtful videos whenever they do a major update.
yeah.
And on the multiplayer one, they were really talking about what they studied, what they looked at, what they want to do, what they're aiming to do, and
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
like showcasing that of like we look at MMOs like wow, they're these just perma-existing worlds online. We
Hmm.
look at Diablos where they're instance. We look at other games and how like one player can leave and it could be like, well, that it was that person's save,
Hmm.
and it for them to explain it like as a fan of these things and to get in the weeds of it, I feel like it really helps you understand like what they followed and what they want to do.
Yeah.
And I
100%.
am very eager to dip into the multiplayer to understand it better, because it feels very like they're very cognizant of like what quality of life things we want to make sure we're conscious of. What do we create? What do we not create? So
Yeah. No, it
very
was
big.
that update was like the video for that update was like super thoughtful. And yeah, it really just shows that they're a fan of like the craft, right? Of like
Mhm.
they really invested themselves into like how it's going to be built. I didn't get to try the like the temporary sort of like experimental branch that they had over the holidays that has the
Okay.
multiplayer in it. Everyone in the subreddit that has though has just completely they're like it is a different game, not even just the multiplayer. Like that experimental branch had a bunch of quality of life things, they had a bunch of other like quest advancement things. They're like the drop on the 22nd of January is going to be a new game, guys. Like, don't feel bad if you want to wipe your save. It is, and playing it with your friends will be a different thing. And I was like, oh,
Okay.
okay, all right. I was like, who do I need to buy this game for?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, well, Kurosh. Maybe he has it though.
I
Maybe
have
I
it.
don't. Okay, all right, cool. I was like, whew. All right, sweet. But I got our other friend, our other mutual friend, Mariko, on it. Our
Really? Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude. The main place I've been playing, like when I was dabbling, was on my Steam Deck. So
yeah,
that
yeah.
tracks.
I'm just amazed at the kind of graphics that go through. I'm sorry, we could. That's a whole other episode.
We
That
could just
was
go into this whole game.
we really could. Okay, so let's do your number 5.
All right, I'm gonna take a similar vein as you, but not that it's already in early access. It's the one that I was like, if we're allowing early access,
Yeah.
and it's Slay the Spire 2 by Mega Crit.
Ah.
Um,
Okay.
the sequel to the game that inspired deck building as like a genre
Yeah. Yeah.
as like as comprehensive as it gets. I feel the same stakes are with this as they were with Silksong, in that it was following this like titan in its genre and its space.
Yeah.
And so many good games have come that have followed that genre that it has like inspired. And so I'm very curious to see what they do for their like full blown sequel for this game. They've been doing a few talks lately, and I believe they're planning to do early access in March, so it's very
Oh.
soon.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
so far it seems like most of the three primary classes are returning, and they're bringing in a fourth new one. But what have you played Slay the Spire?
I have. I have. It was one of the one it was like an impulse buy I got when I was traveling for work, and I got it on my Switch. And
Okay.
yeah, I it lasted me the whole flight. And then I got ADHD tracked and then couldn't find like I played something else and then it fell off. I know it's a lot of people's like go-to games. Like I've heard
Oh my
that.
God. It
Yeah.
is like the way people I remember in recent years talking about Balatro, of how easy it
Yeah.
is to pick up on your phone, on your Switch, on whatever you're playing, and just do run after run after run. Slay the Spire was the one that paved that way. Like you can play Slay the Spire, and it's on every device.
Hmm.
Um, and it was my go-to to play anything anywhere. Like you don't need internet to play it. You just log on and you do a run. And it's a roguelike deck building game. Like, to say roguelike deck building,
Yeah. You're basically
it,
saying Slay
it,
the Spire.
you're saying, so yeah, you're saying Slay the Spire. So I'm very like knowing that I was like, one thing I'm hoping for, and I
Hmm.
haven't seen anything about it yet, but I really hope they like think about it either at launch or at later, is there's been a mod for Slay the Spire that has been heavily supported that allows for multiplayer.
Hmm.
And there's also a board game version of the game that has found a way to do multiplayer that is licensed. That is a They worked with the original devs
Oh,
on
no
this from
kidding.
Mega to make this board game, and it uses the same logic as the mod does, where it's like whatever the monster or monsters are that you're facing in a room
Hmm.
are hitting all of you. Like, so if you found a way to block for yourself, great, but that same damage is going to your friend, and
Yeah.
that same
Yeah.
damage is going to your other friend, and that becomes a added strategy to multiplayer. And the mod is like, so I love it. It's pretty easy to set up and pretty
Hmm.
smooth. But it was like community driven thing. I want them to like really like, in addition to whatever else they plan to do, I feel like multiplayer would be a fun thing
Yeah.
that
Yeah. I
both
mean,
that mod has done and other games that have been like inspired in the roguelike deck building have done, where they're like, hey, play that but with friends.
yeah. I mean, it can't have like escaped their notice. Like besides the community groundswell, like the fact that they published a board game in partnership that is officially licensed with them, like they had
Yeah.
to have seen that. That's just like, well, that is purely multiplayer, and there's very clearly a like appetite for it. So I mean, I feel like it would be a mistake if they didn't. But that's really cool. I didn't know that it was coming to early access this year.
Yeah, I was
Oh man.
surprised. I was looking
Okay.
at games and I was like, "Holy shit! It's not just this year, but like in like 2 months from now."
That's crazy.
Um,
That's so
yeah, and
crazy.
then the other thing that like I just wanted on that point of the multiplayer and roguelike, like I feel like the two genres where I feel like multiplayer needs to be more. I don't want to harp for it for everywhere. Like, we don't
Right.
need every game to have multiplayer,
Right.
but I like the option of it in games that are tactics or deck building. Like, both of those
Mm.
don't get enough of it. Like
Yeah.
tactics genre, Divinity is or Divinity and Baldur's Gate is one of the
Yep.
like most
100%.
notable ones, and that is like how I would say that game is enjoyed best. But when I was playing Chaos Gate, that was like I wished for that to have that XCOM kind of
Yeah.
like feel with the multiplayer stuff. Same with deck building games. I'm like it's very rare, and it seems like more and more developers are listening, but I
Hmm.
think it's still in the. I just had to get on my little soapbox about adding multiplayer like adding multiplayer as an option to these types of games can be intentional and can be fun.
Okay. It's funny that you mentioned that because my number 4 is a tactical game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Star Wars Zero Company.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be out this year. Um, I
Hell yes.
I don't know when. I remember when I saw the trailer, I was kind of upset at it because it kind of had like, we're just gonna put every kind of character of Star Wars in there, and then I
Yeah.
realized I was being a toxic Star Wars fan, and I was like, of course I'm gonna want a Jedi. Like, if they didn't give me a Jedi, I was gonna see if it could be modded in. So like, I'm like, stop being a toxic Star Wars fan and just be psyched that you get to play a tactical game where you can have a bounty hunter, a Mandalorian, and a Jedi. I'm like, yeah, okay,
Holy crap.
yeah.
And isn't it what's this it's I know it's EA publishing, but Bit Reactor
Bit
is the developing
Reactor,
studio?
I believe so. Let me double check their pedigree because I researched the games, but I didn't like go into the developers. I'm sorry, I'm a
No,
terrible
no. This is
podcaster.
I only make a stink about this one because, or not a stink, but I wanted to make a deal about it because I thought it was like XCOM devs
Oh yes,
potentially.
yeah, no, I know that much was sure. Oh, you know what though? It is. It's
Yeah,
both. There's pretty solid pedigree in the fact that it is XCOM devs, but it's also in collaboration with Respawn Entertainment.
yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah,
If yeah, some of the other people in the team have been worked on Civ,
yeah,
Gears of War, Elder Scrolls Online.
yeah.
All right, yeah. No, I knew there was an added reason I was excited about this game because
Yes.
the fact that it was Tactics of Star Wars, I'm totally on board. This I didn't know it was coming out this year. That's awesome.
Supposedly it says expected in 2026, and I'm like, the thing is, the tactical genre, like, I will fully admit that there was another tactical game that was on here, but because the
Oh,
chances of me playing it were like next to zero, it didn't make my list, and maybe we'll keep that for honorable mention. I'll see if it's
okay.
in your top five. Uh,
Okay.
but like, I wanted to make sure it's games that I'm likely going to be able to play. That's like
Okay.
the big
Okay.
thing. So I know we didn't put that qualifier in, so I'll put it in now. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
psyched about it, dude. Like, I was just like, I every season, like, not there's always a season in the year that I'm like, God, should I install XCOM again? Like, and that only happens with two games, XCOM and Stardew Valley, where my brain will just randomly be like, maybe I need to do another run, right? And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, absolutely not. Don't do that to yourself.
I'm
Maybe.
really curious if they press a certain like you have to have a required team comp or if you could just be like I want 5 droids.
Yeah.
Let me lead a droid crew like R2 units only or like just stormtroopers only or clone
Yes.
troopers.
Well, so that's the thing I'm worried about is that they won't that it's going to be a hero tactical game because
Ah,
like the XCOM devs did do that. They did that with Chimera Squad, which like it wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't well received because the XCOM community is used to self-inserting or sort of generatively creating the characters. And so
yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to just generate a Jedi, right? Like, are we going to be able to custom everybody?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I can see that. I was just looking at a screenshot and it's like Bo Katan and then 2 other units and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see.
I'm gonna reserve judgment, but
Yeah,
I'm very
for sure.
excited.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that
Cool.
was my number 4. So what you got,
Okay.
bud?
All right, my next one is coming up very soon. I believe it is. Let me just double check the date. I think it's like March or February.
Oh boy.
From Square Enix. And
Mm.
that game is The Adventures of Elliot: The Millennium Tales,
Oh
by
yeah.
Claytech Works and Square Enix. So, Square Enix has been on a roll with this 2D HD
Yeah.
phenomenon with the Octopath games and with the Dragon Quest remastered.
Yep. Yep.
games that they've been doing, the 2D HD. I feel like just 2D HD to a thing, and there it's like, okay, put this on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the thing that kind of grabbed me about this one was it's a new like IP and new like story that I don't think is currently slated to be related to anything.
Yep.
But it's the genre or the play style of the moment to moment is very much like a 2D Zelda. It's an action RPG.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's got that old school like isometric, not isometric, just like top down kind of
Yeah.
view,
Yeah.
like akin to a Link to the Past or something like that in the 2D HD style. So I'm excited to see them using that 2D HD in other types of games. And
100%.
it,
Yeah.
they did a demo last year. I think I played a little bit of it. It played solid. Like I didn't feel, and it had like some interesting just beginner mechanics to it. That I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this is cool with some voice work and stuff. I'm like, this could be if it's done well. I feel like it could be a really polished kind of homage to an old genre, but like brought into with this like injection of like just 2D HD.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 2D HD, I mean, you know this. Like that is like one of my new favorite, like, well, not new favorite, but it's like one of those art styles that is like emergent from the sort of like intersection of both like nostalgia, but like we also want our games to be like new technology. And so
Yeah.
I feel like that's where the breeding ground for this kind of innovation came from, right? Where it's just like I still want my nostalgia, but I still need it to look super cool and justify the console that I have. And like, yeah, man, I'm so glad you reminded me about this game because like it had fallen off my radar because I don't know, but like it fell off my radar. But now I'm like hyped again for it because it's like Secret of Mana basically. Because you're talking about like as an action RPG, Secret of Mana and all of the Mana games are basically their sort of DNA at Square
Yeah.
Enix for their action genre. So yeah, I'm hyped. That's coming out in like Q1, so like February or March.
I think maybe I'm wrong. The
Oh man,
game announced
don't give me
2026.
hope. This is where I put the Hawkeye. Don't give me hope. Uh,
I just know it's 2026, but I think it's first half of the year. I'll just safely
okay,
say that.
okay.
I can't find the date, but they're about to do it. Like Square Enix, I think is going to be on a roll with another RPG that they're revamping
Hmm.
um, now, like in the next month, and I feel like this is going to be a little bit after that. So
So that there's a demo already. I was like, it's scheduled for release, but they had July 31st, is 2025. I was like, what? But
yeah,
that's when they
that's
released the demo. Uh,
yep.
I was like, what do you mean it's there? Um, okay,
It's
yeah.
soon. Yeah, I know it's soon, but I'm very excited about that.
He kind of looks like a red mage from like Final Fantasy. I wonder if he's gonna have that kind of mixed lineage of.
I'm very curious. I'm also very curious. I don't know if you didn't play the demo.
I didn't play the demo. No. Well, okay. So I was worried that it was going to run like dog crap on my Switch One.
Okay,
And
fair.
yeah, like I'm having technology issues as far as like games that I will play because all I have is a sad little Switch One. Uh,
So
so
the reason I ask about the if you played it or not was
yeah.
in the early game, like it has those types of RPGs can get very corny with their or campy with their lines
Oh
sometimes,
yeah, hundred
or
percent.
with some of their set pieces or just whatever they've set up.
Yeah.
And one of the things I remember this game got overshadowed, like in terms of like the conversation of it got overshadowed, was one of the locations in the game was called Philadelphia, and people were like, "Welcome to Philadelphia,
Oh
Square Enix's
yeah, that's right.
JRPG."
It's like fantasy Philadelphia. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's in
yeah,
like the voice acting too, right? Like they straight up
yeah,
like went. It's great.
yeah. And I'm like, that's what I remember everyone just talking about for the demo. They're like, "What
Yeah, yeah.
is this game a joke?"
I mean, Square Enix, God love them. They got like they're trying, but some of their names are just like, really, guys. Like I
Yeah,
always thought Triangle Strategy was a placeholder name, and then it came out, and I was like, no, you're really just calling it
you're,
Triangle
you're
Strategy.
committing to the bit.
Yeah, I'm like all right. I mean, okay, like like you
Yeah,
do what you want to, man. Like I don't know about this. Still a banger of a game. Like still a
yeah.
banger of a game, but just yeah. something gets lost in the translation. Okay, that was your number 4.
Yes.
Okay, so my number 3. This one's more of a artistic choice. Because like it's been a second since I've played one of one of the games from this developer, but I like, you know how like Kojima is considered an auteur in the gaming
Uh,
space. I want to say this studio is very much the same way, but they don't get the same sort of roses that Kojima gets.
okay.
Romeo's a Dead Man, February
Oh
11th.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh
Suda
my god.
51, man. Suda 51. Like, God, their style of storytelling and character design, like it kind of reminds me of JoJo's. Like a little on the absurd end, a little on like the very extra end, and like I never know what I'm getting, right? Like I'm cursed
Yeah.
with the ability to read story whenever I start looking into something, and it sucks because like if I know what's going to happen, I kind of lose interest.
Okay.
And with Suda 51, like because you cannot predict what's going on with their games, like you
Uh-huh.
don't know if there's a sumo wrestler in a thong that's going to burst through the wall and throw pizzas at you for like 10 minutes and a mini game spawns. Like you don't know that's going to happen. And for that, it really kind of keeps me on my toes, makes me super excited to play the game. And like the fact that it's a completely new IP from that studio, because they've been doing like No More Heroes for like ever. Like I'm like, oh dude, like yes please. Like I might play the demo of it. I might play 10 minutes of it. I don't care, but I will play something of it
Yeah.
just to experience it. Yeah.
What when you say JoJo's, I also think of Space Dandy, of like how each episode of Space Dandy was so bonkers and in a
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
an homage to a different thing.
Yes.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's yeah. I feel like the team for Romeo's a Dead Man is very much in that vein.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what to expect, and that's both a compliment and a concern.
Yeah, yeah, and that's like the best part, right? Like it feels like such a crazy, it's going to be such a crazy release. And the thing is like it sucks because like I said, I don't feel like that studio gets the same kind of like appreciation as being like an auteur. I know Kojima is like cryptic and friends with celebrities and like releases these big PS5 games, but like wacky shit like that just it should be fostered. It should be
Yeah, it should be
protected.
celebrated just
Yeah.
as much. I feel like one of the reasons you see a Kojima product or a project get the praise it does is one, like he aims to, like, I would say not necessarily that he's. I feel like they're both of these are doing something different with
Mm-hmm.
the genre.
Mm-hmm.
I think one is trying to bring it to a larger scale that is more in line with cinema, and I think that because of that,
Yeah,
there's a little bit
I get
more of
that.
like a praise and like a accreditation that is given, and then his games are like, hey, we're pushing engines, we're pushing
Yeah, that's true.
genres, we're
That's true.
pushing, like, you're playing a movie,
Yeah.
whereas Suda 51 is you're playing an experience. It is more abstract. I feel like it's more in that indie scene. It's like it
Yeah.
does get celebrated, but in this corner of the weird world.
That's fair. Yeah. Like one is in like this major gallery that is having like a cocktail party, and the other one is literally just a sumo wrestler in a thong screaming at a watermelon somewhere, and you're just like, yeah, yeah, that's art. That is art.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice. That's a good pick. I did not expect that to be on your list.
There you go.
All right. So my number three.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this game will be has the potential to be the Expedition 33 of this year.
Ooh.
In that, I make that parallel in that Expedition 33 was like, oh, it's got a cool premise. If it delivers on that premise, it could be an all timer.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if this game can deliver on its premise, on what it's promising, it can be a contender, or something that we talk about for some time, and
Okay.
that is Crimson Desert by Pearl Abyss.
Crimson
Um,
Desert.
have you seen anything of this
I
game?
haven't, no, but like the fact that you're talking it up in the same stratosphere as my love, my lady Lune.
I wouldn't I wouldn't say like the full scope of it. Like, I don't know what it I don't think it's gonna hit in the story sense, but in terms of ambition of a game,
hmm
of it like hitting, This game, I played it at PAX West. It was there was trailers for it last year, and the trailers were like it felt like, oh, this is kind of like a Witcher like a massive RPG. And
Okay.
then as you're playing, crazy elementals start happening. And then as you're playing, you're transforming into to griffins, and then you're doing Witcher combat, and then you're suplexing an ogre, and then you're fire blasting something. It's like you're every character in an Elden Ring game.
What? Okay.
It is ambitious and absurd. And then I was like, all right, I don't know. I kind of wrote it off initially because I was like, this is trying to do too much with too little.
Yeah.
And then at PAX, I had the opportunity to play it. It had one of the longest lines there
Okay.
for like a single game. And I kid you not, the entire line was needed. Like the amount of weight you had to do was needed to understand the menu,
Mm-hmm.
because imagine your controller and
Mm-hmm.
imagine playing a World of Warcraft level game with that many actions that you need at like level 60.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many actions you're expected to like be doing in this game. So
Oh
I
wow.
don't know if that will be like if it'll do it intuitively. It took me a minute to just get a handful of things, but when I did, I could do everything from like shooting an arrow to blasting a wind elemental energy into and then combining it with lightning and then throwing in water to really do element like world
Interesting.
immersive stuff. And then at the same time, I could do an RKO and a drop kick and a clothesline and a power bomb if I just unequipped all my weapons and went full grappling.
What the
And
hell? This
I'm not
game
kidding.
sounds crazy.
I was spamming these stunners on people. I was like, "This is a wrestling game. You guys found a way
Yeah.
to make a wrestling game."
You made fantasy wrestling. Fantastic.
It was so like hitting in every different direction that I'm like, "All right, I like the idea. Will it execute? I don't know." And I believe it's coming out in March. Yeah, March
Okay.
19th is when it's coming out.
So
Um,
I have to ask, is this related to Black Desert? Like that is it from the same developer as that game? Um
yes,
okay. I was like whoever's swinging for the fences, it has to be a foreign game company.
it's a yeah.
Uh
Prolobis is a South Korean video game developing
okay.
developer and publisher.
Okay, got it.
Best
Yeah,
known for their Black Desert Online.
got it. Okay. That tracks because it's just like the types of I feel like this was heavily reinforced with the Expedition 33 of it all, where it's just like there are developers out there that very much are like this is what games are, right? Like this kind of ties back to like our previous discussion where it's like games were kind of sad for a while because they
Yeah,
were like all like free to play, just make your money kind of thing. I
Schlop.
Yeah, schlop, right? But then I feel like there's this new class of developers that are basically like we're going to swing for the fences with the craziest batshit thing that we can think of, and it's usually like not stateside developers, right? They're just like that's why when you said we're talking about all of the different things in this game, I was like, I bet you it's either a European company.
Yeah,
Like the Witcher reference was like, is it a European team? But then I was like, Crimson Desert. Why does that sound familiar? And so that's why I thought it might have been like the Black Desert devs because I was like,
yeah.
there's a pretty big game over there. That's super cool. Oh
I'm very
man.
curious. I'm very curious because you're right. Like, there's a lot of like experimental work being done, but now that I think a wider breadth of developers and publishers are getting access to higher quality engines and
Mm-hmm.
tools,
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing that those janky, crazy ideas, but done in like really beautiful, scenes and spaces.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I feel like this game, like when I was playing it, was beautiful. It didn't have frame issues or anything like that. It
That's
was running
cool.
off of the base PS5 when I was at where I demoed it. But
Yeah. Interesting.
very curious, very curious.
Well, because it's like we had Black Myth Wukong that came out, right? And that was like a Asian developer's take on a Souls-like game,
Yeah,
and that was a wild game. I still have it in my PS5, and I'm like I've had too much trauma. I'm not gonna be able to finish this, but it's like beautiful. It's super super well done. To your point, right? Like these developers are getting their hands on these more powerful engines and swinging for the fences. So I was like, oh man, is this like Asian Witcher? Like, are we gonna get like some ridiculous like super? CD Project Red kind of vibes from this. I'm yeah, okay. You've now added it to my list of stuff I'm going to be looking out for and possibly
Very,
losing a ton of time to. Uh,
very nice,
oh,
very nice. All right, so
okay.
what's your number? Was it 2?
Number 2. Yeah. So on the at the number 2 spot, you called this one as a game that you knew that would be like my vibes. And that's Orbitals.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, the co-op space,
Oh man.
the co-op space shooter that just has the best vibe. I'm super psyched about it. I'm slightly hesitant because I wasn't going to put it on my list, and then I saw that they're getting a PC release, and I was like, oh, okay, that means I'll be able to play this game. But then I'm like, who am I going to play this game with, right? Because it's like in a perfect world, my wife would play this game with me,
Mhm.
but she like is absolutely not good at games that are not Stardew Valley or
Okay.
Animal Crossing. And so I'm like, okay, I'll have to convince or like buy a 2 set to play with someone like with you or with
I'm
Marco
sorry,
or
who do you have to convince? This
well,
game's a
well, because you might be getting it on the Switch too, and I'm one of those like schlups that doesn't have a Switch too.
Jay,
So
I can easily be swayed to playing on like an
okay,
argument can be made. Just to say I defer to PC usually as well.
okay,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, don't let like
Don't let your dreams
talk
be
to me, buddy.
dreams.
Yeah, don't let your dreams be dreams, man. This is anime in game form, like in its finest. It's
Yeah,
so beautiful.
it's
Like it
so
is such
pretty.
a like when we were talking about like Kojima and making it so like movie like. This
Hmm.
makes I've never seen a game make a game so anime like. Like
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it
it's so
evokes
beautiful.
that sort of like 80s space opera. Like it reminds me of all the genres of anime that got me into anime, like Gundam
Yeah.
and like Robotech or Macross if you want to be super Japanese about it. Like all of those things and then like that
Yeah.
whole sort of like lo-fi vaporwave. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's all my favorite things."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number 2 though. So
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I think the only thing I'm not hesitant about it being a good time. I'm hesitant about it being a great time
yeah.
because I feel like the visuals are the appeal here.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how much has gone into the game itself and what is the game
That's fair. That's fair.
beyond playing something co-op. So it's not a high bar for me, but I'm like I just want to feel good and have a good time. Like
Yeah.
you don't need to make something super elaborate. Just
Yeah.
deliver on that execution.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's my
Well, I
that's
do
my.
know the added confidence I'll say to your point is
Hmm.
one of the publishers of last year that absolutely killed it was Kepler Interactive.
Hmm.
Um, I mean Expedition 33, Solasta 2 is coming out, Rematch, Bionic Bay, Pacific Drive, Cat Quest 3, like Sifu,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
um,
Oh God, Sifu.
and Orbitals. These are all published by them, so I feel like that if I knowing that they're publishing it tells me a little bit of like a confidence of like, okay, it's gonna be a vibe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's something here that they believed in.
Wasn't Clair Obscur a Kepler game as well?
Yeah, no, sorry, I
Yeah.
don't know if I said that, but yeah,
Oh okay. My bad.
Claire Spear was one of those as well.
You might have. I was reading things as well, so I will fully admit that if you said that, and everyone listening can call me out on it. That's fine. But yeah, no, that's some big names. So that's yeah, that makes me yeah, I agree. That gives me a little bit of confidence in it. I'm freaking out now because like the list I saw it on said it was on PC, and then I went to the Orbitals website and it says Switch 2 exclusive. And I'm like, no,
I
no,
I feel like they're not going to shy away from a
no.
good time.
Like,
Like
no. Like, I need to be able to play this game. It's, oh, okay. I have a backup for that one. I have a backup
okay,
number 2 because, like, my criteria was I have to be able to play it. And the
okay.
fact that it's
What's
not.
your backup? Let's talk it through.
Uh, Mina the Hollower?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the Shovel Knight devs. I know it's been
Yeah.
it's been deferred. It's supposedly been deferred indefinitely, but like depending on the source you're looking at, it's supposed to be released in 2026. Like the reason they deferred it was because they want to like make sure to polish it well.
Yep. Yep.
So there's a chance it might miss. That's why it was in my backup slot.
I think it's gonna hit because in the circles I've been, it was something that was being previewed at a time in
Okay.
2025, and
Okay.
it was a pretty solid build. I think though that studio, if I may be misremembering, but I believe that they're like, we need this to like be a hit.
Yeah.
We're in like a tough spot, and so they were like, we're taking the time to make sure we work out any little things we need because this is a labor of love,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Mm-hmm.
they made the choice to move it to 2026. I think they're going to stick to it based off a lot of what I've been hearing.
Okay. Cool. No, then I will definitely try to help by
Yeah,
buying
no,
that game.
I'm very curious about that. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So those are my number twos. I'm really
yeah,
upset if Orbitals doesn't end up being on PC because there is not enough on the Switch 2 to make me get there, and you and I have to have a postmortem about that. But let's go to your number two.
but we need to have maybe an episode just about that because I feel like there's an argument for and against it. But
Yeah. Yeah, there really
um,
is. So
my next one is coming out in April 30th of this year. So I
oh,
was trying to think
okay.
of like immediacy. I'm like,
Okay.
I want to
Okay.
enjoy these things. I'm excited for these things. These are tangible things. But this is a game that was announced last year, I think at a PlayStation Direct or one of the State of Plays.
Mhm.
The developer is Housemark,
Okay.
making a kind of a sequel, an offshoot, I should say, to their last game, Returnal, and
Okay.
that game is Sorrows. Um,
Saros.
I
Okay.
don't have you seen this, but this is essentially it is in the same universe space as what Returnal was, which
Okay.
was a roguelike third person, uh, kind of. It's a
Uh,
roguelike primarily, but
yeah.
like Housemark is known for like Acid Trip on like the shmups. They used to do a
Yeah.
lot of shmup style games. Resogun was a big one, and a few others. I think Matterfall, Alienation,
Mhm. Mhm.
and Stormdivers, but Returnal was like a huge one for them, making the jump to like more of like a like I guess AAA kind of level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I loved Returnal. Returnal was to me like the an homage to Metroid in a lot of ways. It was very
Oh,
isolated. It was very
interesting.
eerie. It was very much like this female protagonist that you're just following through this kind of alien world, and
Mhm.
shit got crazy and shit got fun. Like it
Mm.
was so fun. Um,
So it's funny. I avoided that game because it looked too scary for me. I'll fully admit that onto the internet. That's fine.
No, no, I
Like,
like I was worried. I will join you in that. Like I was initially worried about it because I was like, this seems more of a horror game, and I don't play horror games mostly.
mhm. Mhm.
I'm okay with an eerie vibe, but I learned later like it's much more action oriented, and
Interesting.
it's more
Okay.
like sci-fi aliens that you just face, but lots of lights, lots of cool, vibrant lights. And Jay, I'll say
Mhm.
this: it's got
Mhm.
a co-op mode, and I've never beat Returnal, so just
Hmm.
throwing that out there.
Hmm. Okay.
But
All right. Hold on. Hold on. I
so,
have to add it to my. I have to add it to my wish list. Give me a second. Uh,
and it's on PC, I should say.
oh, thank God. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that.
um, yeah, of
Hold on.
course, of
Hold on.
course.
Nope.
Enabler.
It started playing the audio. I'm sorry. Let me add it to the wish list and then close Steam. There we go. Okay. Sweet.
But yeah, House Park is making this game. It's beautiful. Like I'm excited to go back to it and to see them kind of like for a studio that has kind of been doing new games every time, new IP every time. To
Mm-hmm.
see them take one and while still doing something new, it's staying in that familiar space.
Yep.
I feel like that's them kind of refining and fine tuning it, I'm all for it. Like I want more of that and more improved versions of it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So
Very
I
excited for that one.
we have too many games to play together. By the way, my friend, we have too many games.
Look, you wanted this, and now I'm giving it to you, and now you're complaining. There's
I'm
there's
just,
no winning. You
well,
were
no,
like,
it's
man,
like
we don't play anything together last year,
that's
and now
fair.
you're like,
Yeah.
there's too many things. To
Yeah. We and the thing is, we've started into Elden Ring, and we need to properly get you through all of the bosses. We need to kill them all as a
I'm
trio.
not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, I know, but there's so many games. We gotta get back into Arc Raiders, and then Orbitals. If it actually is going to PC, like there's just so many, and no rest for the wick. Oh my god. I'm so, I can't. I can't. Okay.
Good problems.
Yeah, no, these are good problems.
All right.
All right.
What is
number
your
one?
What is your number one?
All right. So, I will preface this with that this is a series that is near and dear to my heart. They did it right, then they did it wrong, then they did it right, and then I'm hoping they don't pull a Call of Duty and then do it wrong again. So, at the number one spot, Warhammer 40K, Dawn of War, number 4. Like, let's go, gang. I want it to be so good. I've watched the videos so much, and God, man, like I just want to be a space marine. Let me orchestrate a full-on orbital drop and just mow through some orcs. Like that is, I'm super psyched for it. I'm mildly terrified my computer won't be able to handle it. Like genuinely, like there is an actual fear there.
Wait, I want to just clarify. Is this Dawn of War or the Total War Warhammer 40K?
This is Dawn of War. Yeah. So
I thought because the Game Awards they announced Total War.
No, dude, that's Dawn of War. Dawn of War 4 is the one that they announced. Well, they announced both, actually. Hold on.
The one at the Game Awards was Total War.
Was it Total?
They're like
no.
Because because what's his name? Harbor from
Hold up. Hold up. No, it was not. No, it was
yes,
not.
it was. There is a Steam page for Total War Warhammer
You're right.
40K.
It was not announced, but it was revealed at Gamescom in August.
The Dawn of War.
The Dawn of War one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the one you're talking about?
That's the one I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the thing. I am trash at Total War. I will own that. I own 7 different Total War games. I haven't beaten a single goddamn one. You know why? Because I don't want to sit there and manage 1,000 soldiers. I want to manage 200 of them and just watch them wreck things. And
that's fair.
So Dawn of War 4, in the number 1 spot, because, dude, you don't understand. I had so many hours on that game with my brother. Like, we were doing the same shit over and over again. It was always Space Marines, orbital drop, lasers, like every single game, and it was still fun every time we did it. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is good that we had this confusion because I think many people would also get those two confused.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So Dawn of War is a subtitle to or subset of Warhammer 40K, whereas Total War is a RTS real-time strategy sim that usually is more historic and has done different like themes and genres.
Yeah, like
and they at the Game Awards announced that Total War will be going into the Warhammer 40K.
Yes.
But your pick is Dawn of War, which is a Warhammer series franchise that they've done.
Yes. And so like I'm partially concerned it won't be able to run Dawn of War. I'm 100% sure I'm not going to be able to run Total War.
Total War was 40K. Always like what I heard was the CPU benchmark. Like this is going to drain your CPU.
No.
So my question to you of Dawn of War, because I've always followed. I've played 1 or 2 Total Wars. I've never played a Dawn of War. Dawn of War, are they always in the 40K or are they always in the fantasy, or is it a mix?
So Dawn of War is always in the 40K.
Okay.
It had like the first Dawn of War had so many expansion packs to it that the game is played like it is still played. Like you go on the servers, you will still get matched with people, and they won't be the same people over and over again. You will get matched with people that are still playing it on their potatoes. Like, and the army painter, like it just scratched that itch in a very specific way. The campaign is still one of my favorite things. They released a remaster of Dawn of War. Actually, I want to say like it last year. I think they shadow dropped it like second half of last year, and like I hit buy so fast, dude, and then I beat it. I beat a like 20-year-old game faster than I've beaten any other game I played this year. Like that's how much I like Dawn of War.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, you piqued my interest. I didn't one, I didn't know that it was even coming out, and two, it's always been a series that I've been curious about, especially since I'm a late bloomer in the Warhammer
yeah,
40K kind of grimdark space.
yeah.
Um, and I was just googling right now if it had multiplayer, and add another one to the list, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so here's the funny thing. Like Dawn of War 1 was fantastic. Like that was like it came out at the time that like all of the sort of Warcraft games, like those kind of RTSs where it's not like a ton of units, but you're not like you're having to balance like Zerg rushes and stuff like that. Then Dawn of War 2 came out and they were like, "Oh, let's make it like tactical," which like
Oh,
it wasn't as fun. Like they'd stand behind cover, which is closer to the tabletop, but then like
okay.
the AI was glitchy and it would like move around. And then they were like, "Oh, let's like make a last stand mode," right? And then they started
Okay.
leaning into that and it was terrible. It's terrible. Like it sucked. And then they came out with Dawn of War 3 where they just that's all they did. Like that is literally all they did was like last stand mode, and then they put in a bunch of like cosmetics that you'd have to buy, and it was just like I'm not playing this game with you guys. And then Dawn of War 4, when they were showing that, it looked like the first game,
I
and I
see.
was like, oh no, please let this be the one, please let this be the one. So yeah, man,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, and yes,
Great
we
pick.
we need to add another one to the
Yeah.
games that we play.
Well, I'm sorry. I wanted to briefly mention. Well, I'll save this for an honorable mention because you
Okay.
might have another one to add.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Okay, man, this is tough because I've been between two for my number one. One's an obvious one,
Mm-hmm.
and one's not so obvious. I'd rather use the time to talk about the not so obvious one.
Okay.
And that's a game that was, I think, announced last year, maybe the year before, but I saw and I played a little bit of it over Summer Games Fest last year by a studio called Outer Loops Games.
Okay.
Or sorry, forgive me, Outer Loop Games. Outer Loop Games. They are known for doing Thirsty Suitors in 2023,
Ooh,
which is a fun like.
I know which
There's a
game.
cool style to it, but
Yeah.
this game is Dosa Divas.
Yeah.
Um,
That's your
it
number
is
one. Okay.
that's my number one. I've been excited for this game. I've been wanting it to come out for some time now. It's a turn-based RPG, but it's about two sisters upgrading their like spirit like food truck mech
Mm-hmm.
and fighting corpos
Brand new
and
sentence. Brand new sentence. Food truck mech. Brand new sentence.
battling evil fast food empires, and it's
So
all
good.
food based.
Yeah.
So like it takes the things that you see in games like an Octopath or something where it's like, oh, this enemy's like their break type is spicy or savory or sweet, and you hit them with a spicy or savory or sweet attack, and they're like, okay, they're flinched for a turn or something.
That's cool. That's very
There's so
cool.
much style to the to Outer Loop Games' game Dosa Divas that I was just like I was enamored by it and I loved it, and it had such a cool like energy about it, the personality to it, everything. I believe they're slated for this year,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I'm very excited to see how
Yeah, I
Divas is.
remember. Was it at PAX you came back? Like you'd played it at PAX or something, and you were telling me about it when we were grabbing coffee one time. And I looked it up, and yeah, the art style looks sick. It looks so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. That's so interestingly enough. That's in my honorable mentions. That is one of my like ones that I was like, I'm hyped about it, but I don't think I got as hyped about it as you did because you actually got to like. I think you talked to the devs, right? Like you actually like.
I talked to the game director, and just hearing like his just it's not just that it's like food like enthusiasm,
Mm-hmm.
it's cultural food. So he comes from like a Indian and Middle Eastern region kind of background, and he was talking about all the different people in the team, like bringing in all the different cultural diverse kind of elements to the flavors and spices, and like all of that like combines into this one kind of really cool, just fun vibe that I'm
That's
like, I'm here for it.
That's super cool. Yeah, I mean, I was already like enamored with just the art style, and then because like they swung for the fences, right? Like most people most game developers when they develop a game, they don't think about the style. Like Suda 51 popped up in ours, and
Yeah.
because like his characters can be kind of like nuts looking, and like I feel like with pixel art characters you can tend to be a little bit more creative, but like in the genre of like 3D games, which Dos of Divas like has a 2D 3D vibe to it. Like it's very, I want to say almost PlayStation era kind of textures, but like that's that, or like Jet Set Radio kind of
Yeah.
textures.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
vibrant colors, the
Yeah.
like kind of loose style.
Yeah, so it's like 3D, but it's like also illustrative, which I kind of I was really digging that because I feel like most devs when they do a 3D game, they're like, okay, has to look real, and it's like,
Yeah.
ah, no, it doesn't. Like you can still be crazy. So, yeah, dude, that's a good pick. That is a solid. That's a solid number one. Like,
Yeah. So I was looking up the co-founder and creative director, Chandana, I
mm-hmm.
believe, if I'm saying his name. He comes from from a Desi cultural background,
Very cool.
which I think heavily inspired a lot of Thirsty Suitors.
Okay,
But yeah, big fan of that team and the work they're doing
that's
in that
super
game.
cool. That's okay. All right. So I have because you mentioned one of my honorable mentions. I only have one other one that I'd want to throw out there. I know we're recording longer than we normally do, so I apologize for that. But I
I have
do.
two, and I don't have to say much about one of them.
Okay. Okay.
It speaks for itself.
Okay. So, honorable mention, just because again, it's like a game that I'm interested in from like a sort of like amateur developer, but also like lover of games kind of standpoint. Mixtape.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. So Annapurna Interactive. It's coming from Beethoven and Dinosaur, which created the
Yeah.
game Artful Escape, which I didn't
Oh
play,
yeah.
but like I don't know, man. Everything I've seen about this game is like really beautiful, and like I don't. It could be the old man in me, but like the idea of a mixtape kind of syncing perfectly with a coming of age story is it just scratches a very good itch, right? Like I think there's a reason why like soundtracks have been driving so many like like big blockbusters that are always like they're like tracks from the 80s, tracks from the
Yeah.
70s, right? Like you got like Stranger Things, you have like a host of Marvel films that have that. There's something like so enticing about a very good sort of soundtrack that kind of syncs up with your life. And yeah, the premise of this is so cool. So yeah, I'm
This
super stoked
was
for that.
this was demoed at Summer Games Fest last year over the summer, and I didn't get a chance to play it, but everyone that walked out of the demo was like amazed. Like that was the experience of the weekend for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Um, and I believe, yeah, it got pushed out. What it reminds me of, and I love everything you're saying. Like I echo 100%. It
Mm-hmm.
reminded me of another game that I thought did a version of this in a more abstract way, which was Sayonara Wild Hearts. It was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like on rails, kind of more arcadey looking,
Yeah.
but as each song was a track was a track or level or something, and you were experiencing like a bit of a story beat, much more uh implicit rather than explicit story. But I want to see like this promise and this what mixtape is doing do it
Mm-hmm.
on like take on their take on it.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. That's a great one.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So what you got?
Um, so I'm gonna talk the one that I feel like is worth talking, and that was the one that I was like, oh, I saw this at Game Awards, and I'm like, this is a co-op game. And now that we're talking about co-op games, the art style was phenomenal.
Okay.
Out of Words,
Out of
it
words.
it
Okay.
looks like claymation. It is, I think, stop motion kind of claymation,
Okay.
come to life, and
Oh
seeing it.
yeah. Okay. Sorry, I looked it up. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly, like the visuals are what speak volumes about it.
Yeah.
I was enamored by that in the same way that I was about orbitals, and I'm like, throw both of these into the pile for me. Like,
Yeah.
it looks beautiful. The trailer looked very interesting and curious, and like it just looked like a fun time, like a cozy fun time, and it had like the two characters that it has.
Super
Um,
cool.
very much an honorable mention for me. And then this one was the one that just I don't have to say much, but uh, my one of my favorite games of 2025 is getting DLC in 2026, and that's Silksong Sea of Sorrow.
Oh man. Done.
And
Podcast over. Oh.
absolute cinema.
Oh my god,
I'm beyond excited. So
that's super cool.
that's
Uh,
an auto include for me.
oh yeah,
Uh,
100%, 100%. That's I it was funny, and we can end on this, but like I was literally talking to my wife about this. I'm like, I am so ashamed that I never finished Hollow Knight, and I will never be good enough to play Silk Song.
You don't know. So okay, we need to correct that because
Okay.
it's not about being good enough. There's enough things out there in these in the plethora of how we can interact with games
Mm-hmm.
that I fully encourage. If there are easy mods to just install or set up to account for like added frames or added, whatever you want to add to
That is
make it.
that is the nicest way of saying like, hey, if you need video game training wheels, Jay, they exist.
No, I don't. I'm not saying training
Like,
wheels. I'm just saying like enjoy the games you want to enjoy, how you want to enjoy them. That's
well,
my blanket statement because I'm not saying it for you too. I've done that before for games
mm-hmm.
too, and there's like this online and I know it's something we've talked about for things like Elden Ring, for things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Sekiro, for things like Silk Song. Just like it is such a beautiful game and amazing story and like world to just enjoy. I feel like if that's what's stopping someone from playing that, and they are okay doing the little bit of edge work, which I know you're knowledgeable enough how to do,
yeah.
like that should not. That is my like. If that's what's stopping you, you shouldn't stop you. Like you should
Mm.
experience it. It's great. It's very easy to set up, and you can enjoy it as much as you want and be like, I got my experience and I got my fill and I'm done. But at least it wasn't because of that. That's my only say.
Okay. All right. No, that's fair. I will sit there and dwell on that for a bit, just because it. I don't know. I know that Hollow Knight and Silk Song are such like big parts of the gamer lexicon that it's like I'm ashamed that I haven't gotten to partake of
I
said fruit.
I I've come to terms with that because I wrestle with that myself. Like there's so many games in past, present, and I know future that
Mm-hmm.
that eclecticon that you're talking about is like ever growing. You cannot keep up. That's like saying I want to read every book, every best book out there.
But
It's
dude,
impossible. You can't do it in a lifetime.
I printed a Hollow Knight helmet for one of my closest friends without knowing the full lore of it. That is a crime.
That's
That
not a crime.
no, that's a crime.
That should be
No, 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 no,
celebrated.
no,
That's
no.
like
It's
that's how much you're willing to support.
but I feel like a disingenuous merchant. It's like if you walked into my bookshop and asked for a book and asked me for a genuine recommendation, right? And all I wanted to do was sell the book. I sold the book, but it's like I didn't feel good about it.
All right. Well, I I would say even if you don't want to do that, you could just watch lore videos. Like people enjoy, like kids enjoy the Hollow Knight stuff
Yeah,
without having ever played them or like really
that's fair.
done the crazy challenges of them. It's like it can
Okay.
be enjoyed,
Okay.
however we choose to enjoy them.
All right.
Um,
All right. I need we need to stop the podcast so I can go watch a 4 hour lore video on
anyway,
Hollow Knight. so I can drink from that cup.
okay.
But yeah, thank you for that, man. That erased a little bit of my shame. Not all of it, but some of it.
Well, I'm just giving myself ammo whenever I have a shameful moment, um, so that I can be like, hey, you got some shame. We can both have some, right?
Listen, you are the games man of our gang, dude. Like that is. I don't know if a shame will ever come from your side of the house. Like you are the Baba Yaga. It's
I can
it's fine. Like,
no, I don't. I On my own podcast, we found a shame moment where I had never finished Tactics.
that's
Or
true.
the Turkey.
That's true. That is. Yeah. Did you fix that, by the way? Did you beat
And that's
Tactics?
all, folks.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Gross. You can't leave me there. All right. Yeah. Thanks, gang. I'm not going to murder my friend on podcast. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording
Awesome.
here. But okay. So before I kill you, where can everyone find you? Post mortem.
You could find me at Kujo Prime. Please keep giving it views in my postmortem. My cat will run the site. I will have videos out. I have a lot of videos out now, alongside Jay, alongside a few other folks as well. I do freelance work, but yeah, at Kujo Prime everywhere.
Okay. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Let me go
Thank
find over in a second.
you.